Hello everyone, this is Sunny and I'm coming to you with You'll Learn to Love Me, a Yandere Masky X Reader by FluffyWubs. We're going to be starting off with chapter 28. Hey, you alright, Ryan? I don't know, do I feel alright? Am I supposed to feel alright? I don't know how I should feel. I've been laying in my bed, staring up at my ceiling for I don't know how long. I haven't kept track of anything. I feel numb, empty, hollow. I can barely describe it. It's like my soul has been sucked from my body or something along those lines. I can hear everything around me, but I can't respond. Or can I? Maybe I just want to. I don't know. Let me talk to her. I recognize the voice in an instant. Tim, or well, Masky. I'm not calling him Tim anymore. I don't want to. Sunshine? Talk to me. I feel a hand caressing my cheek. I don't respond to his touch. I don't want to, anyway. I simply move my gaze to meet his eyes, to which he smiles. I don't know where his mask went. I didn't even see him taking it off. His eyes look so soft at the moment, as if he actually gives a shit about me. His smile fades once he notices I don't respond, and I can see a flicker of concern in his eyes. I know it's not his fault. Well, partly. I'm mostly blaming myself. Why? I don't know. Maybe I am the one to blame. I'm the one who didn't tell Dylan the truth. I'm the one defending a murderer. I'm the one who dragged everyone in my life into this, and I'm worthless, a waste of air, a disappointment to humanity. I'm someone who allowed to let two people die, knowing I could do something about it. I can't even cry about it. It's like I'm completely dried out of tears. And what can I do? Nothing. I'm just going to lay in bed until I finally perish or rot. I won't mind if someone kills me at this point. I would in fact thank them. There's nothing more I can live up to, really. Masky lets out a sigh and backs away. Look, she's just in a bad state now. Let her rest for a bit. She needs a moment alone. I heard Lou's voice explain. I cast a quick look to the side, and Masky didn't like the idea of leaving me by myself, judging by his expression, but he knew it would be for the best. Without another word, he just left the room with a sigh. Lou followed soon after, but not before reassuringly patting my head that was resting on top of my stomach. Get some rest, it'll do you good, I heard his voice softly suggest before he leaves my room, shutting the door behind him. I wonder if we're all suddenly staying in my apartment together. I mean, it's my apartment. Who gives them the right? But then again, I can't bring myself to care at this point. Maybe I should get some rest. Maybe I'll finally be able to communicate once I wake up. Who knows? I flip to my side and pull the covers over my body before fluttering my eyes close. Lou's eyes flicker over to Masky for a few seconds before returning down to his fingers, which were fidgeting with the rim of his jacket. So, Lou began. He lightly throws his head over the backrest of the couch, slightly staring up at the ceiling. I need to be going, he blurts out firmly. Masky turns his attention over to Lou, and with furrowed brows, he questions. Go? Go where? Lou nervously glances over his shoulder, briefly looking at the door of Ryan's room. He bites the inside of his lip before returning to meet Masky's gaze. As much as he wanted to stay to see if she would be better, he had to leave. Home, Lou states before adding. My home, I mean. Masky pursed his lips and looked to the side. He didn't exactly despise having Lou around. He has been a big help for sure, and Masky surely would need his help again in the future. If she gets any better, emotionally, tell me, will you? Lou stands up from the couch, fixing up the scarf around his neck. Masky clears his throat, unsure. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Masky lightly nods his head, staying put in his spot. Lou smiles lightly. Good. Good. If you ever need my help, you know where to find me, Lou states. His voice sounds like he's uncomfortable, but most of all, just sad to leave. Of course he had to. The cat needs to be fed by someone, right? Masky gives a quick nod. Yeah, I'll see you around, Masky replies. Right, see you. And with just that, Lou leaves the apartment. Masky hears the door shut before letting out a sigh and slumping down on the couch. I can't tell what's going on. It's pitch black. No matter how much I open my eyes or try to focus on something, I can't see a thing. All I hear is screaming, non-stop screams of pure terror, haunting shrieks that I can't get out of my head. Trying to block out the noise with my hands isn't working. It's like a broken record is playing inside my mind. I want to get out of here. I need to get out of here, but I can't move no matter how hard I try to shift a limb. I'm glued to my spot in the middle of the darkness, forced to listen to the screams over and over. Or maybe I am moving, but I just can't tell. My head is starting to pound. I don't know how much longer I'm able to handle the constant shrieking. My eyes water as I look down at the pitch black floor. I can't even see my own feet. It looks like an endless hole in which I'm not falling in. I tilt my head up and look around in hopes of finding some sort of escape, and instead of an exit, I find something else. Just a few feet ahead, clear as day, I can see my best friend struggling beneath a twitching murderer. Right next to the two is someone who I recognize immediately. Yellow jacket, white mask, it's painfully obvious. Masky is just standing there, staring at them. I try to say something, yell at Toby to stop or for Masky to do something, and nothing comes out of my mouth. I try to scream, yell, any sound I can make, but nothing. All I can do is watch how the hatchet is raised above the teen's head before being swung down at full force. I almost feel the need to gag as the screams die down, turning into nothing but gurgles of misery. I suck in a breath and close my eyes and let this end. For the love of God, let this be over. Once I reopen my eyes, I'm finally able to see clearly. I'm no longer in that pitch black room. I'm back in my own bedroom. It feels like a miracle. I feel so out of breath and warm all over. I was about to sit up until I feel an arm stopping me from doing so by pushing me back down. Masky was beside the bed, a worried look etched onto his features as one of his hands held some sort of rag. You were squirming. I couldn't get you to wake up. His voice sounded relieved as he explains what happened. He folded the small rag in half before placing it on my forehead. It feels cool as soon as it touches my bare skin, making a shiver run through my entire body. I didn't even realize how hot I actually felt. I'm so glad you're up now. Masky smiles out of relief, grabbing one of my hands in his. I don't have the energy to protest against him, and simply ignore his actions whilst I keep my gaze fixed on the ceiling. I don't know how I feel about the nightmare. Is it coming to haunt me forever for the rest of my life? I wouldn't be surprised. Every time I think back to that moment, I feel like breaking down, and not only that, but I feel rage. Nothing like I've ever felt before, just anger flood over me. Am I angry at myself? No, that couldn't be. I'm furious at the kid, Toby. I want him to die. I can't live with myself knowing I could avenge my best friend, and I need to stop being so weak, being so helpless. I sit back up, only to make Masky alert, and he was about to push me back down. However, I didn't let him. Don't fucking touch me. I smack his arm away just as I place my feet on the ground. Masky looks taken aback as he quickly follows me out of my room. Why, you're not in a good state right now. Go lay back. I didn't even allow Masky to finish his sentence. I'm going to kill him. I sneer. I don't know how long I've been bottling up this rage. I didn't even know I had it in me. But I'm going to take care of it by doing what I have to do. I spin around on my heels only to meet Masky's face dangerously close to mine. He grabs both of my wrists and holds me firmly in place. I'm so blinded by all this rage I can't even see myself shaking. Hey, you had a nightmare, okay? Everything's okay now. Masky cracks a light smile as a way to calm myself. He won't be able to change my mind. Not after all that happened. And with a quick movement, I yank my wrist back to release myself from his steel grip. My eyes travel down to his belt until I spot his handgun. I swiftly extend my arm and snatch the small firearm from his belt. I have no idea how to handle a gun, but I'll manage. I still remember it has no ammo, so I need to take care of that. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Masky tries to snatch the gun from my hands, but misses by a few inches due to me taking a step back. I'm not letting him get away with this, Masky. My voice wavered a bit as I let out a shaky breath. I'm angry, nervous, and just blinded by rage at this point. Masky blinks, not only realizing that I'm not following the rule of calling him Tim anymore, but also realizing who I'm after. Don't be stupid. He scoffs, trying to snatch the gun away from me again. I won't let him. I move away from him, hiding the gun behind my back. I can sense him starting to get agitated and irritated. Wyan, give me the fucking gun. His voice is threatening low as he extends a hand. I eye his hand with narrowed eyes and furrowed brows. I'm not going to listen to him. I'm not going to be his bitch anymore. I'm not letting you ruin my life anymore, you fucking psychopath. I spat bitterly. I look around Masky to find a good way to just make a run for it. I barely have any time to calculate my escape when I'm suddenly pushed against the wall. The gun drops from my grip, slides across the room, and I gasp, realizing that his hand is wrapped around my throat. However, he isn't squeezing my windpipe, thank the Lord. My hands shoot up to his arm that's holding my neck out of reflex as my gaze meets his. His eyes are flaming with anger, eyebrows furrowed and lips slightly twitched into a dangerous snarl. You're not going anywhere. His voice drips with venom in a low tune. I close my eyes and take a deep breath through my nose. I need to calm down. As I reopen my eyes, I build up the courage to give him a menacing glare. And you're not going to stop me. I pull my arm back as I curl my hand into a tight fist before cranking my arm forward, hitting Masky square in the stomach. His breath is knocked out of his lungs as he releases my throat and hunches over in pain. I can't turn back now. I quickly scatter off, grabbing the pistol from the ground as I dash straight to the exit of my apartment. I almost trip on my way out as I dash to the emergency stairs, making my way down. I can hear Masky's steps speedily following after me. He'll catch up with me if I don't speed up my pace. I skip over a few steps, almost injuring my ankle in the process. I keep going no matter what. I jump over the last flight of stairs and dash out of the complex into the dark night. It's freezing cold, but I'm pretty sure I would stay warm just by dashing from Masky. I need to find ammo, bullets, something that is able to shoot out from this damned gun. I doubt any weapon store would be open this late at night, and without bothering to look both ways before crossing the street like I was taught to, I make my way over to the other side of the way. Without thinking, I just start dashing into a random direction. I wasn't sure where I was going, but I'll show up at least somewhere. Now to think, where could I find some ammunition? As I ran, I thought there has to be some places. It's possible to find a store that's still open, but it's unlikely. Besides, it's probably miles away from me. I can feel my throat and lungs burn up as I run nonstop. Think, Ryan, think. There's someone I know that has ammunition for guns, but their face isn't popping up in my mind. Who was it again? With ragged breathing and racing thoughts, I take a quick glance over my shoulder. I don't see Masky following me at this point. Maybe it's safe to slow down a bit. I slowly transition from a run to a jog and finally just walking. I let out exhausted breaths, coughing dryly from my parched throat. I take a quick skim over the gun in my hands, and now that I think about it, I've never even held a gun before, let alone shoot one. I release a deep, long sigh before shoving the firearm in my back pocket. The handle poked out of my pocket since it was too big to fit in a small pocket from some pants. As I take a quick look around the neighborhood, it suddenly dawns upon me. I know who can help me. We aren't on good terms, however. We've never been on good terms. Ever, but he'll surely help me. And with one last breath, I jog my way towards the direction of his house. Before knocking on his door, I made sure to quickly skim over my surroundings to make sure nobody was following me. After confirming that it was clear, I turn back to the door and give it 3 strong knocks. I'm pretty sure that a guy like him isn't sleeping at this hour. After a couple of shuffles behind the door, it finally opens up. I manage to put on my most relaxed smile that I can. Logan, hi. I try to seem as chipper as I can. It was hard to do so, knowing what happened barely a couple of hours ago, but I have to keep up the act for her sake. A joint was stuck between Logan's lips as he arched a questioning brow, removing the stick from his lips. He blew a cloud of smoke my way, making my nose scrunch up. Who are you? He questions. My smile quickly fades from my lips as I let out a sigh. Ryan, we used to go to school together. I also attended your party a week ago or so. I state. Logan stares at me for a couple of seconds before cracking a sly grin. You're friends with that one hot blonde, right? Yeah, I know you. He takes another blow from his stick, and the way how he talks about her, it just angers me. As if she were just some kind of trophy or random object. I curl up my fist to contain myself and be as nice as possible. Hey, listen, doesn't your dad own dozens of weapons? I question. Good thing he still lives with his parents. Yeah, what about it? He rests his shoulder against the doorframe. I really need some ammunition, please, I plead. Logan grows a grin on his face. What's in it for me? This is the part where I mentally snap. Really? This dense fuck wants something in return just for some little bullets? As I fume on the inside, I notice Logan eyeing my figure. Well, no wonder. He's a real womanizer, a playboy, a male hooker, basically. He'll do anything to stick his dick in anything that has a hole. I get what he's yearning for, and I might as well give it to him, or, well, pretend, of course. One night with me. One. I lift up one finger. Logan's grin only widens. Sweet, the shit's in the bunker. Catch whatever you need, babe. Logan throws a thumb over his shoulder, and I shoot him a sweet yet fake smile as I briefly place my hand on his shoulder as I invade his home. Logan shuts the door behind him as he returns back to his usual spot, the couch. His entire house smells like one hell of a drug festival, and I simply ignore the smell and head down to his bunker. I don't know his house so well, but I've been here a few times before the party, so finding certain rooms wouldn't be a problem. I make my way to the bunker, which is basically just a basement, only to find out it was pitch black. I place my hand on the wall and blindly pat over it, trying to find a switch. And as soon as I found something resembling a switch, I flick it up, turning on the lights in the bunker. The walls are decorated with multiple firearms, ranging from shotguns to assault rifles, and on the floor beneath each firearm were multiple boxes stored with all kinds of bullets. I'm not too big on guns, but I know enough to know which bullets are usable with the gun I have right now. I take a hold of one of the small boxes, practically the size of a box of matches, and shake out a couple of bullets. I know I'm not a good shooter. I've never handled a gun, like I said before, so that's why I'm taking more bullets than I should. I hold the pile of bullets in my hands before making my way out of the bunker, flicking the lights off as I leave. I see Logan stretched over his own couch, probably completely out of his mind from smoking too much. The room is practically filled with smoke by now. The smell even wafts from here all the way down to the bunker, but at this point, I can barely smell it from being in the house for only a few minutes. I wave my hand in front of my face, clearing out the little clouds of smokes in front of me. Thanks for your help, Logan. I'll see you around. I say as I quickly scurry to the door. Logan simply lets out a tired laugh and waves his arm without bothering to look up at me. See ya, babe. I hear him say goodbye before I leave the house, shutting the door behind me. I take in a deep breath to take in some actual fresh air before taking the gun from my back pocket. I take out the magazine, load them with at least 6 rounds, and I got 6 more bullets to spare if I miss these first 6 shots. And thanks for the movies teaching me how to reload a gun. I put the magazine back in and pull back the slide. The gun feels heavier than before, but that's understandable at this point. I take in a deep breath and hold the gun properly, my finger resting on the trigger, and there's no stopping. I'm not backing away. No, all there is to do now is to find that twitching murderer. That is the end of that chapter. The chapter after this one is chapter 29. Whee! Let me know what you guys thought about that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.